Hello, I'm Kat and today I'm going to be doing a autumn makeup look using the palettes that I showed in my autumn palette ranking. So here I've got all the palettes that I'm going to be using for today's look. So I am going to be using like one shade from each palette here. So I've got 5 here, so it's only kind of like half of what I showed in my previous video. So I'll show you each of the palettes, but then I'll show you the shades as I go through the look. So I've got the Oden's Eye Stone and Rock palette, the Glam Light Lord of the Rings, Oden's Eye Norns, Cosmic Beauty Muse, Oden's Eye Red Dragon, and the Colourpop New Moon palette. So there are a couple of shades that I'm not sure about, so maybe one or like 2 of the palettes might not get used. For today's look I'm going for like a mustard with a brown look, and like maybe I might use a shimmer on there. I haven't fully decided on that yet, but let's just zoom in and we'll get started. So to start the look I'm going to go straight in with like the main colour, the mustard, which I'm going into the Cosmic Beauty Muse palette, and I'm going to use this shade here called Admire, and I'm using the Zoeva 227, and I'm just going to pop this over kind of like, I think just the outer half. I'm trying to decide how I want to do, like if I go in with a shimmer for this, because I have decided on one that I might use, but I'm wondering whether to put like this mustard shade underneath as like a base colour, and then to put like the shimmer on top, because the shimmer I'm looking at is fairly light. So yeah, I don't know whether to put like a kind of a base of this like mustard underneath. Yeah, so I'm just going to bring this up into the crease as well. I mean, I will bring it over like halfway anyway, and then I'll decide a bit later on about that shimmer. Okay, I think that's looking quite good. I don't need to put too much on like out here in the outer corner, because I'm going to put a brown shade there to darken that up. I think I will bring this under the eyes a bit now though. I think I'm just going to use this Zoeva 230 for that. Next I'm going to go in with the brown shade, which I actually had 2 options for this, and I've just swatched them again on my hand here, and I think I know which one I'm going to go in with now. So I was originally going to go in with this one here, which is from the New Moon palette, but it's more of a cooler brown, and I don't know, now that I've swatched them now, I think I'm actually going to go in with this other brown here, which is from the Red Dragon palette, so it's actually a bit warmer, which I think I want to do that one. Like this shade is quite warm, so I'm thinking like the warm brown would go well. I think the other brown would work too though. Also this one does seem darker, the New Moon one. I'm going to go in with the Red Dragon one. So that's going to be the shade up here called Claw, and I'm just going to deepen the outer corner. Gonna deepen out here. We'll stick with the kind of, I don't know, warmer look, I guess. I mean, we're going for like autumn. Autumn's quite a warm, you know, those sort of tones, isn't it? Like warmer. So just bring this up here a bit, just so it's just over my crease, my little hood. Okay, I think that might do. Like, I don't want to make it like too dark, but it's just adding in that like bit of depth there. Now the shimmer that I'm thinking of is from the Oden's Norns palette, and it's this one up here. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, like whitey silver and gold. It's got like kind of a marbled effect to it, and like it's this one here on my hand. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that, but it's quite sparkly. But yeah, it's like silvery gold, or like a kind of like warmer silver, which I think this could look quite nice with the look. When I was trying to look through the shimmers, I didn't want something that was too like gold. I thought that would be a bit too much for the look, like where I'm going for the mustard. I wanted something a bit, I guess almost a bit cooler, like I didn't want to go too warm with it. And I was almost thinking, do I just go with kind of like more of a white and we'll keep it like a matte look? But I don't have many shades like that in the autumn palettes that I've got here. So I did come across this shimmer, which I didn't think was too like intense, that it would like take away from the look, and I think this could look quite nice. But I'm not sure how well you can see. There's not a lot of like base colour to it, I would say, which is why I was then wondering if I put like the mustard shade on my lid and then put this on top. And then I'll show you the other shades that I was also thinking of. So I was thinking of using this Galadriel shade from the Lord of the Rings palette as an inner corner highlight. But if I do the shimmer on the inner bit, then maybe I won't do that. In which case, the other shade that I've got is this one here from the Oden's Stone and Rock palette. So it's Fervor, so it's kind of like a white as an inner corner highlight, which I think could look quite nice. So I could almost bring that white all the way over and then put the shimmer on top of that. That might be too light. Decisions. Okay, I've just done a swatch again. So I've swatched the mustard. I've actually swatched the white under this one here, and I've put the shimmers over. And I think having the mustard go underneath is actually too much. I think it's going to make, not dark, but like it's just too much like darkness, you know. So I think maybe I'll just put the shimmer on its own. We'll just pack it on, because otherwise this does add a bit of lightness to it. I'm sure you probably can't see too well, but having that white underneath does make it lighter. So I think we'll just put the shimmer on its own here. I'll just like pack it on, and then I'll do that white as an inner corner highlight. So I'm going into the Oden's Norns palette, and I'm going to use this shade up here called Amber Palace. I'm just going to use my finger for this one. So I'm just going to pop this over. So this is going to be the look. I will pop on the white kind of colour on the inner corner as a highlight, and I'm going to put on some lashes, and I'll do the rest of my face, and then we can see the finished look. So here's the finished look, and I actually decided to not put on lashes, which I think still looks quite nice without them. Like normally I would put on lashes because I don't feel like I've got like enough lashes for it to like look good, you know. But I think because it's not a super like dark look, you know, it doesn't look too bad. And like normally if I was going to do a makeup look and go like a quick one going outside or something, I probably wouldn't actually put lashes on. Like if I'm doing like a quick neutral look just to like go out somewhere, you know, I don't usually put lashes on. But I think when you've got a bit more of like an intense look, I think the lashes do really help. But yeah, I really quite like how this one turned out. So it's quite a simple look. And what did I put on this lipstick actually. So this is the Revolution Air Blur in, what shade was this? Whisper. And I just done like a peachy blush for this. I just realised that I forgot to put on the white as the inner corner highlight, so I've just done that. So it just adds a bit more like brightness in there. Like you don't always need it, but I think it looks quite nice. So yeah, this is my finished kind of like autumn inspired makeup look. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.